Yeah, Attorney Ben Nwoye. We heard you're interested in running for an office in Nigeria, Enugu State to be precise. May you please tell us who Ben Nwoye is?
Ben Nwoye, myself, I'm an attorney here in Chicago. Born in Port Harcourt during the Civil War. The union of Chief Nwoye and Teresa Nwoye, both from Amori in Kano West local government. My parents were both uneducated in Western education, but they both valued the educational system. My father, Chief Nwoye, who died in 1982, did all he could to make sure that he gave us options. Option to be educated either in Nigeria or United States. We took those options. I personally took it. I went to IMT, Institute of Management Technology, where I obtained my ND in mass communication. Then came back to United States to pursue a law degree, education in law. I spent time at the University of Illinois in Chicago, where I studied criminal justice administration. I then went on to John Marshall Law School, where I obtained a Juris Doctor, a Doctor of Jurisprudence. Right after that, I joined the law firm of one of the renowned lawyers, Johnny Cochran, where I worked in the areas of civil rights. I have a prepared case from beginning to end.
Okay. Are you a family man?
Yes. I am married, happily married, with 5 children.
And you are interested in running for the office of the Senate, Enugu East constituency. We land as a present incumbent. And why are you running for the office?
As you can see, it's a great question. For the past years, that particular senatorial zone had remained unrepresented. The current incumbent senator, Dr. Chimaroke, has been in office since he went in office the past 3.5 years and engaged himself in his own self-pursuit and had not indeed represented the interests of those who elected him to represent them. Is completely and totally disconnected with the people. Is far more interested in destabilizing the current existing power structure in Enugu State as opposed to serving those who elected him to serve them.
So you are telling us by this, you are giving Chimaroke Nnamani, the present senator, a quick notice to vacate the senatorial seat currently being held by him so that you can step in.
What I'm saying is that...
No, we want a yes or no answer. And then you can explain.
Sure.
Because we got a lot to go through.
Well, it's more than you get my answer. Senator Nnamani has failed his people. He's failed to serve. He failed to do the duties of the people. He has remained there for his own interests.
Okay, so you are giving him a notice to vacate the office. Yes or no answer?
Within this term limit, I believe that at the end of his term limit,
right?
Yes, he should cease.
So you don't want him to run for second term?
In my opinion, I think that I cannot dictate if he wants to run or not. I think that he has rendered the service to his people.
So he deserved to be replaced.
That's right. It's the will of the people. I will tell the people what my plans are for that particular Enugu East Senatorial zone. I think that he's not qualified in the first place to serve. He does not have the educational requirement or the administrative initiative to be a senator. for such state as Enugu, and especially for Enugu East Senatorial.
And we are talking about somebody who was the governor of Enugu State for 2 terms of 8 years?
That is correct. But you have to understand, though, that within that time that he was the governor, you can go back to what happened to Enugu State within the 2 terms when he was governor. Within the 2 terms when he allowed the institutions that were in place to go rot. And at the same time, he used the people's fund to fund his own educational institution. Within the time that he would, in fact, allow institutions, college, high schools institutions, the people's institution to go down, while he himself somehow used the people's money to construct institutions.
And you can substantiate these allegations?
He has charges against him.
Have they been conclusively?
They have not been proven, but he has failed to answer those charges. They have used legal maneuverings since those over 100 charges that are brought against him. He has consumed his time in office. So
let's proceed because we got a lot of questions to go through. And now, what are your chances, and how far into the day have you set up your missionaries in motion?
My missionaries are the people. I think I'm going to go down to the people and talk to the people and remind the people that they need to get connected, stay connected. But this is about them. This is about us. This is about the people of Enugu State. This is about the people of Enugu State Senatorial District. So when the people stay connected and they get re-engaged into what is happening, I was firmly believe that change will come. Change will come. They will understand that the so-called stakeholders, they are the stakeholders. Nobody else is the stakeholder. People are the stakeholders.
Thank you. We learned that to run for an office in Nigeria is very exorbitant and financially burdened. Do you have any sponsorship?
Financially, as far as I know, unless they've changed the law, the rule is that you're not allowed to spend more than 40 million naira. And within that limit, I understand also that people are allowed to donate, to make financial contributions. And if we're looking at what happened in the past, what the money they spend, money people are shared to people, we are going to stop that. We're not going to have a situation where people are buying votes. Much of people that claim they spend millions and millions of naira in voting for election are money they used to buy conscience. And that act has to stop. We have to talk to the people to vote their conscience and not to sell their conscience.
What do you think about the current President Jonathan Goodluck of Nigeria?
Goodluck Jonathan has a lot of work ahead of him. He has made a lot of promises, and I think we as Nigerians have to hold him accountable for those promises. One of the greatest promises is the promise to deliver an election, a fair and adequate election process, and also to have a fair democracy. We will hold him accountable to that. If that happens, I think things will come around. That, to me, will be the beginning of a new life election, without which we will go back again to start over.
Do you think from what he's doing so far, there's chances of there being a free and fair election in 2011, assuming the election holds?
Absolutely. He has demonstrated a lot of willpower. He's demonstrated independence of his state. He's shown that by the meticulous appointment of the new INEC chairman. He's also shown that in listening to people. When people call on him on some of the appointments, he's listening to that.
There is rumor that he might run for office in 2011. Some say it's the continuation of the Yaradua Jonathan tenure. What's your opinion about that?
My opinion is that President Jonathan is a free citizen of Nigeria. If it's his intention to run, he should run. But it should be a free and fair election.
Thank you. And you've heard about Babangida's intention to run. Do you think he should?
Again, I think he's a free Nigerian citizen. If it's his intention to run, he should go and make his case to the people. And if people think that he's qualified, he has history. If they think he's qualified and he can lead the country, so be it. Let him vote for him.
And you know about the governor of the state. You are from Enugu State, Governor Sullivan Chime.
Yes.
Should he get a second term based on what he has been able to do or failed to do?
I think again, it should be the will of the people. People have to examine him. He has 4 years of record. He should go to the people and make his case. There shouldn't be a time monarchy system. There should be a democracy. We shouldn't just return